Hey, this is Callan from Integral Lifestyle Design, and we're finally back in 2026. It's been a long time. I think the last video I uploaded was in mid 2023, so that's like 2.5 years ago, which is quite amazing. So obviously a lot has happened since then, and it's pretty cool to be making a video again. It's about 1 a.m. here, but I was really inspired to make something, and I actually recorded this whole video and then realized the sound didn't work, so I'm doing it again. It is what it is. But basically I'm going to have a quick spiel about what I've been doing in my life and what I'm going to do with this channel. So basically this channel is going to become two things. It's going to become a blog, and it's going to become a tool where I teach. So the blog part of this is essentially I'm going to share my life experiences, I'm going to share my insights, I'm going to share what happens in my life, because my life has been this really unique cocktail of experience. It's something that's quite, no one else has really lived the same life that I've lived. It's a weird combination of different things. And then at the same time, I'm going to keep teaching. But I want to teach what I want to teach, if that makes sense. So I might teach things on a deeper level and get into some stuff that's not so entry level. And because I found on my channel previously, I was teaching quite fundamental stuff, and there's a lot of that on the internet, like how to invest and how to do this, and like just fundamental self-help stuff. So I want to get into deeper topics. I want to get into spirituality. I want to get into philosophy, to get into psychology, get into some deeper stuff, and really have a niche angle on all of this. And I've heard that my life is kind of inspiring to certain people. It seems to lift people up. And I lean into that. I mean, I'm legally blind. Like right now I'm blinking because I've got an eye condition, and you'll notice when I'm looking at the lens, I'm blinking a lot more than a typical person. But despite having low vision, I've got a black belt in karate, I do mixed martial arts, I've traveled the world, I work as a teacher, I got a cool family. I've had all these really novel, unique experiences, deep into spirituality. I actually just finished ordaining as a Buddhist monk. And a series of other things that have happened. I was able to buy this house in a housing market where that's very challenging. And I'm now at a place of relative peace in my life. I mean, there's no thing or person or whatever that I need to be happy. I'm quite happy in my system as it is. I'm not really chasing anything. And that's a cool place to be. Like, I have a good amount of love in my life, and I make enough money to live the lifestyle I want to live, and everything's pretty good. So, essentially, but there's still that self-actualization and that desire to share, which is why I'm starting up this channel again. But I want to keep it real, so I'm going to, so much of social media is just highlight reel. You see the highlights of everyone's, and everything's so overly produced, and you just see a filtered version of reality. So for this channel, I want to keep it real. I want to show you the highs, but also show you the lows, so you can really grasp it, grasp this little piece. And there's people, like Leo Guru is a good example, and other people that I followed and learned a lot from. Ken Wilber's another example. Just the people I've learned from over my experience. And yeah, if I can be that for someone else, and my message and my teachings hit someone in a unique way, then that's profound. And I'm not the best teacher in the world. I am what I am. If what I am works and it helps people, that's amazing, and I might as well throw stuff in. But at the same time, the YouTube channel sort of died off, and I realized the algorithm's never going to catch something like lifestyle design. It's too broad. It's too big. I make videos about everything. There's videos about relationships, videos about money, videos about time management, videos about productivity, about purpose. And that's not really how the YouTube algorithm works. You have to choose something and make content over and over again about that thing. And then the algorithm knows what audience to give you. I mean, YouTube doesn't want you to fail. YouTube wants you to get views because it makes money. If you monetize your channel and people watch you, then they watch the ads, and that makes YouTube money. So what I was contemplating as well is maybe starting another business. And the thing is, I'm 29 now. I've been trying to build stuff since I was 20. And most things I've built, they've just blown up in my face. They just haven't worked. And that's the reality for most people. Like social media will show you someone starting a little e-commerce business or doing something and making a heap of money really fast. That's not the reality of it. That's not how life works for 99% of people. So everything I've built's kind of failed. So the idea now that I have, and we'll see if it works, we'll see if it doesn't, is to start a business around dopamine addiction. Because that seems to be quite a hot topic. And as a teacher and in different domains of my life, I see so many people are just hooked and overstimulated. Like their dopamine is just sky high. Most of you probably know what dopamine is, but those of you that don't, it's a neurotransmitter that's basically your motivation. It's what makes you want to achieve something. So it's not the pleasure of having achieved it, it's the motivation to do it. And the more dopamine you have, basically the easier it is to do things, the less, the harder. But we live in a world full of super stimuli. You know, we've got junk food, we've got Netflix, we've got video games, we've got porn, we've got substances, we've got scrolling social media, we've got news, we've got all these spikes that just supercharge our dopamine, you know. You do your job, just, there's some waves. You do your job, you don't really like it. You get home, eat a bunch of junk food, play some video game, watch some porn, go to bed. You've made this massive dopamine spike. And then the little normal highs, you know, of just going to hunt or going to ask out a girl, something small, they don't register because you're overstimulated. Your pleasure's up here. And it's just this constant here. And over time, you adapt and you're up here all the time. You're always feeling that level of pleasure. So you're numb to these little pleasures that are normal, that are just everyday things. And that makes you not want to do anything. So my idea is essentially helping people to retune their mind in a way where they can be sensitive to dopamine, where they can use dopamine as a tool to get things done. And they can live a better life. They can find more peace in their life. So there's some idea for a business around that and maybe a separate channel that's specifically about that. But we'll see. I'm in this process of synthesis and figuring out the next chapter of my journey. So there's a lot of cool things happening. And I just sat here, felt inspired, you know, it's 1 a.m. or whatever time it is. I was like, I'm just going to come downstairs and I'm just going to make a little video. Just a little reintroduction. And just go with the momentum. We'll see. Like this channel isn't a business. It's not something I'm scaling or trying to turn into something big. It's basically a stream of consciousness. And hopefully I can teach some cool stuff as well. And we'll see what happens. But I think eventually there is going to be a second channel around dopamine addiction if I do decide to build that. And if I build that, I'll talk about that business here. So I'll start it. I'll show you what I'm doing. And if it fails or it does well, like you can see it in real time. You can see me build the thing. And you can see the obstacles and the setbacks and how that goes. And if it does take off, you'll see a nice little log of the thing working and what it takes to make a business that works. And if it fails, then you'll see the failures. So essentially, I'm just going to show you that stream of consciousness and teach things and go into it. So yeah, that's essentially it. I'm writing a book. I'm thinking about starting a business around dopamine addiction. I've traveled around extensively. There's lots of stories that I can tell. And overall, life's pretty good. I found pretty deep balance. You know, I've been getting much deeper into the spiritual side of life and trying to synergize that with psychology and more modern things as well. And that's created a very unique, novel experience. So there you go. I've re-recorded the video that I just recorded. It's 1 a.m. This is very casual, but this channel in general is going to be more casual. It's for a very specific person, and if that's you, you're going to love it. And that might be you during certain phases. I really don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, basically, there's a lot of inner peace in my own life, in my own experience. And if I can share that and bring that across to other people, that's amazing. So do all the YouTube stuff. If you like the video, like it, comment, subscribe, and do all those things. Come along with this journey for whatever it is, whatever it's going to be. Who knows? It's just kind of like I enjoy sharing. I think it's a very human thing. When you discover something, you want to share it. Like there's a lot of things I've discovered in my life that are very powerful that I've gone, oh, we have to share that. We have to give that to other people. It's a very human thing. So apart from that, yeah, peace out. 2026 is going to be a fascinating year, and enjoy the rest of your day, legend.